my first question that I'd love to ask you is like, what are some of the reasons why kids won't listen? Because why do they ignore our requests and all that stuff? Why aren't they listening to us?
Well, there's lots of reasons. I'll start with one. Kids don't like to be told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want us to say, put that down, get your shoes on, we're going, not, no more playing. They don't like to be told what to do. And it's a dilemma for us because there's so many things we need them to do, right? All day long. So, I mean, I'm answering your question literally. Why don't they listen to us? Because they don't want to sometimes.
Well, no one likes to have commands barked at them like all day long, right? Like if you're a 2-year-old, your life is like, eat breakfast, put away your bowl, put your shoes on, brush your teeth, it's like a constant string of orders, really.
You forgot, get down off of there.
Get down off of there. Of course, there's that one. Stop pulling your sister's hair. Yeah. All of those things. So it's this like constant stream of orders, and no one likes to be ordered around, I guess. Not at any age. I don't.
Yeah, and they don't see the point of it. Like, why do we have to wash our hands? They're like, I did that yesterday and the day before. It's enough already. I've mastered that. I want a different challenge.
They're slightly clean, right?
I remember when my son was 2, my oldest was 2, and it was time for dinner. And we did have this expectation that everybody washed their hands before dinner. And I said, time to wash your hands. And he said, no. I remember thinking, my first thought was, well, don't wash your hands, don't eat dinner. And then I thought, how is that going to go with a 2-year-old, hungry 2-year-old, battle of wills? So I had to switch tactics. And, we talk a lot about being playful. I decided that was the best strategy for a 2-year-old. And I said, and he was really into Sesame Street. So I said, you know what, Asher? Actually, I used to say that a lot when I had no idea what I was going to say. It was just
stalling for time. You know what?
Right.
You know what?
But I said,
good tactic, stall for time.
And then I'm thinking, okay, he likes Sesame Street. He's big to Big Bird. I said, I heard that Big Bird has escaped from Sesame Street and he's hiding in kids' bathrooms. Shall we go and look in our bathroom to see if he's there? And Asher says, Big Bird in the bathroom? Of course, now we run to the bathroom and he looks around. Is he there? No, I don't see him. I said, well, look in the sink. Is he there? No. Turn the water on. Maybe you could catch him. And now at this point, he knows it's a game. So we're playing, looking for Big Bird. He's not in the water. We check the soap, not in the soap. Try the water again. maybe he's in the towel. He's not anywhere. Well, maybe he's at the dining room table. No, not there either. I guess we'll just eat dinner. So that became the activity of the evening before dinner because washing hands was just too boring. So he needed me to spice it up a little.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of our top skills that we really emphasize in the book is to use playfulness. And I think, we sometimes lose sight of the fact that, kids live in a world where they learn through play and they experience the world through play and they interact through play. And we adults live in the world of do this, do that, hurry up, hurry up. And we often don't feel very playful. So we give parents a lot of examples of how other parents have used playfulness in a lot of particular situations. And it just, not only does it get things done, but it lightens the mood and it makes people feel connected and it makes people feel cooperative. So that's one of our skills that we have a lot of material on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go on a little tangent here when you say, why don't kids listen? Another reason why kids sometimes don't listen is just because they're involved and they're concentrating on something else and we want a response. And if you think of how you would want to be talked to as an adult, say I came up to you, Hunter, when you were preparing for your next podcast. And I said, Hunter, I'm going to the deli. What do you want? Do you want a ham on rye? And you're busy, you're concentrating, you're trying to finish your sentence. I was like, Hunter, I need an answer now. Hunter, are you listening to me? Hunter.
I'm like, Joanna, enough.
Right. Stop.
Right.
And, so if you think about it, we as adults, you would probably rather I say something to you like, Hunter, I can see you're busy. I have a question for you when you're ready. And then you could say to me, okay, let me just finish this sentence, or, I need 5 minutes. And we often don't extend that same respect to kids, because whatever they're busy with, we don't consider that of vital importance. But to kids, their work is play, and it's just as important to them as our work is to us. So, if we can approach a kid and say, I used to say to my son, Dan, I have a question for you when you're ready. Because otherwise he wouldn't look up. I mean, I've had many people ask me, have you had his hearing checked? Because when I would say his name, he wouldn't twitch. He had great powers of concentration. But if I said, Dan, I have a question, let me know when you're ready to hear it, I could sort of see it working on him. He's curious now. He wants to know what I'm going to say. And, so then in a few seconds, he'd look up and say, I'm ready. What's your question?
I love that. I love it because you're like modeling this great respect for him and his important work as a kid, whatever age he's doing, whatever. You're modeling this respect for him. And then, sometimes we wonder, like, parents ask me all the time about disrespect, and we wonder why our kids are not respectful of us. But like, if we are going around all day saying, stop that, come pick up your shoes, climb down off there, put up, if we're barking orders all day long, it's not a very respectful way to treat a person, even if they're a small person, I guess.
That's right. Yeah.
If you think of those words coming out of their mouths,
us.
It's not going to fly, right?
No way.
But in our own defense, we're under stress. We have to, get kids to do so many things and get them out in the morning and get them to bed at night and get them fed. So, it's easy to lose sight of that, which is one of the reasons that it's nice to sometimes look at a book and read a lot of stories and examples of what other people are doing, because it helps refresh us.
Yeah. Our ability to be able to take care of ourselves and to be able to have enough bandwidth to be able to think creatively, to be playful, that all underlies all of this. So, I talk in the podcast about, mindfully taking care of ourselves, and that's something we do a lot, and that underlies all of this. But let's go back to the original question. So, like, why aren't kids listening? They're not listening because we're barking orders. They're not listening because they're busy, involved with things.
And
let
me point out that for kids who are on the spectrum, shifting attention is a challenge. I think it's a challenge for a lot of kids, and especially for kids on the spectrum. So if we understand their neurology, then I think I'll speak for myself. It gave me more understanding and patience, knowing that what seemed like a simple thing for me to go and say, hey, Rashi, what do you want for lunch? Do you want a turkey sandwich or you want peanut butter and jelly? That was, I thought, all he has to do is for a second tell me. But for him to shift his attention from, he was deeply engrossed in something and thinking about something, for him to stop and focus on me and focus on this completely different question took an effort.
Catch new episodes of the Mindful Mama podcast and other free resources, including the Mindful Mom Guide at mindfulmamamentor.com. You can listen to every back catalog episode, including interviews with Dr. Dan Siegel, Iyanla Vanzant, Sharon Salzberg, and get meditations, join our private Facebook group, and more. Go to mindfulmamamentor.com now. I'll see you there.